The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold with all your friends. It is Wednesday night, it's a couple of hairs past 10 p.m., and you have been granted access to the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. Welcome to this brand new episode of The Black Files.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is Wednesday, April 26th. This is the last Black Files of the month.
Of April.
Already getting there, huh?
I know. It's the year is just breezing along over here, folks. And we're just trying to keep pace over here. I'm your host, Juan Arouse, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy who, thanks to the awesome power of you fine folks here at our wonderful viewers and followers who have been supporting us, managed to get a new microphone because
goddamn,
this past Saturday, the microphone that I was on crapped out and started picking up AM radio with salsa music on it. I'm like, no, we're not playing that game again. We're not doing it. No. The
Latino signal got too deep into it and corrupted it from the inside out. It can do nothing but play reggaeton and scream suavemente.
No, because like the tyrant that I am, I have banned the salsa music from this channel. No one will get what they want.
No sauce?
No sauce allowed.
It's too saucy?
Where's the lamb sauce?
And of course, I'm here to bring you folks to the darker side of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between as we use the penetrating gaze of the Ravens Flock to cut to the heart of the matter, folks. Joining me tonight are, of course, our usual suspects. First off, let's go ahead and give a warm, hearty welcome to a guy who is in a little bit of convalescence, but that doesn't deter him in any way, shape, or form. The living head of the Ravens Flock, the host of Los Amigos Play, a man with a million opinions and zero apologies. Give it up for Mr. Angel Mendez!
Hello, everyone. Once again, it is a wonderful day and a wonderful time to sit here and talk about incredibly depressing things. My name is Angel, humble and ever proud member of this podcast and this website, and I welcome you all to sit down with us and be equally depressed at the state of the world.
And joining us to round off the turntables here tonight, the round table, whatever it's called. We're not even at a table. I'm at a desk. Angel is likely on his gaming chair with his foot popped up on his bed. And joining us from his place over here is the man with the plan. The man who started it all, the founder of the Ravens Flock, executive producer of this channel, content manager, host of Wrestle Rewind, and I'm only using 3 Bs because I am not extending it further because
boo, discrimination.
Tongue twister for myself, the big bald bastard. Give it up for Mr. Jose Casabona!
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? And you know, Juancho, it's okay. I forgive you because we are here to correct your mistakes. I am the big bald bastard in black. The 5 Bs. There you go. See?
No, you said the big bald beautiful bastard in black.
There you go. Now you said it.
No, I said it
to
fill out the context. That wasn't me announcing you as it, so it doesn't count.
Yes, it does because it came out of your mouth.
It doesn't count.
Local man falls for his own dart, refuses to be hoisted by it. Nice try, Juan, but I had 7 magic cylinders.
Oh, I'm such a clever mastermind.
With the seal of Orichalcos, it could.
Yeah, well, the seal of Orichalcos should have been a lot better. Should have given us a Monster Zone, like we asked.
Yeah, they really should have.
Except the only one that gave us that was that illegally printed one by Upper Deck that was handed out to tournament judges.
I mean, you gotta admit, it's pretty cool that they put on the card literally the loser of this duel while the card is in play will forfeit their soul. Those things are going out for thousands of dollars, by the way.
Folks, go ahead and look that up. If you like some weird little odd like fun facts about the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, go ahead and look up Seal of Auric Kalkos.
UDE promo.
UDE promo. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, this card is impervious to negation, destruction, and removal. Increase the attack power of all your monsters from 500.
Do
you control
put it up on the screen? Because I'll put it up on the screen. I don't care.
Put it on the screen. You control a back row of monsters that cannot be attacked while there's a monster in the front row. Send this card from your hand to the graveyard to negate and destroy any card. The soul of whichever duelist loses the duel is forfeit to the winner. So it's worse than we thought. You can't use the back row as a monster row. You get a second back row. Plus your Trap and Magic card row.
Like,
Jesus.
It's absolutely broken. Here, this is what we're talking about. This isn't what we're talking about tonight, but this is what we're referring to. But take a look at it, folks. This is a real card that was printed illegally by Upper Deck Entertainment, which is what caused them to, Konami and the and Upper Deck Entertainment to part ways.
Also, there is only 15 copies of this card in the entire world.
And there were thousands. Look at that. The soul of whichever duelist loses this duel is forfeit to the winner. Can you believe that?
Can you just imagine that in the actual contest that you lose and the judge just pulls out a gun? Give me your soul!
Forfeit your soul. Like, oh, hey, no, chill the F out. We are all good, man. Just dropping their wallet and their cards. Like, I
don't want your money. I want your soul.
Card game. Does this look like it was ever a children's card game? Always was. Before we get too much further derailed.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and do the things, folks. So, much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock and Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an Inner Flocker for $4.99 a month. You will have exclusive access to many, many amazing perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
For all the Inner Flockers in the chat, and I know we've got plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely custom emojis and membership badges. Sorry, Boonda, the emojis that you've been using are not official. We appreciate the gesture, but if you wish to use official Ravens Flock emojis on our YouTube stream, you're gonna have to become an Inner Flocker. Also, we're giving we offer members first and members only content to our Inner Flockers, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and of course you get access to us directly, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by having your input, your thoughts, your feedback, your ideas on what we can cover to help us shape the future of this channel. I'm gonna go ahead and give our shout out first off to all the folks in the chat tonight. We've got Nikki Bella, Tiffany Washington, Shamanistic Unicorn Tam, Lisa Boo, Aaron Cooper. I said Tiffany Washington already. Aaron, the Sperm Whale, Physetter Macrocephalus, Clarisi Rando-san in the chat as well. And did I see Gene Rick? Of course, I mentioned Boonda, our favorite contrarian. There's Gene Rick. I up Gene Rick. Clarisi Rando-san went ahead and dropped a $1.99 super chat saying,
thank
hello,
you
John
already.
Boner.
Goodness.
Excellent. Namaste.
I do not know who John Boner is. And
it's a mysterious figure of Celtic mythology. It is said that he entered a warp spasm-like state during the Ages of Fury, not unlike the legendary Irish hero Cuchulainn, but instead of a spear, he would just kill you with his dick.
That's pretty brutal, man.
It is pretty brutal, yeah.
And of course, Gene Rick dropped a $1.99 $4.99 super chat as well. It's over here saying, hey there, glad you have a new mic. Juan, and yes, very difficult to stream with salsa music. You guys have to want to dance, lol. Here's the thing. The salsa music doesn't come up out of the mic. It just picks it up, and the microphone transmits it to all of you. So you guys get to hear the salsa music, and I don't, and we have no idea what the hell happened and where it came from.
It's very bizarre.
It's so odd. It is so weird, and I cannot understand how it comes up. But you know what? It happens. It's been happening. It's just how these nice little handy Pile Pro microphones work. They're $15. It's not the end of the world, but thankfully they do last for quite a long time.
We're being watched by. No. I don't want to say Big Brother. We're being watched by. What's the term for Big Brother in Spanish?
Hermano Grande.
We're being watched by Hermano Grande.
Oh god,
that's what's happening.
La Patria.
Jen Pearson is in the chat. She needs some help over here. Y'all in the chat, I really need hugs. Dealing with stupid people in insurance and dentist office. Tomorrow I will have to help idiots understand how coding works. Ugh.
I am so sorry to hear that. Our sincerest condolences to all of us who still endure the shenanigans of customer service.
My
Please take good care.
You have our support here, Jen. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And Jen also said, maybe it's Amber Heard playing music to seduce you. God, please! Okay, look.
I will. Okay, yeah, I will make fun of salsa music, but come on, Amber Heard, she has no taste.
No.
She ain't got no taste. She ain't got no hygiene.
What's up, Juan?
No, I've got two things. Okay, number one. The only thing Amber Heard has going for her is that she's kind of pretty. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Earlier today, Steph the Alternate and It's Kim were talking on Popcorn Planet about how Amber Heard basically is trying to make herself a clone of Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
Huh.
Like trying to take her hairstyles, her outfit styles over the years, and how she's like freaking like, oh, she's so like she's so much classier and so much cooler. I need to be just like her. She's an aspiring skinwalker. It is gross. It is weird. And that's all she's got going for her, is that she's kind of prettyish. The fact that
imagine having only your looks to go for you. How depressing is that?
The fact that that's all she's got going for her, that's it. All right? And sorry, but whatever brownie points she may have gotten just for having pretty looks are virtually negated by her being a douchebag. And number two, you know that Jen's Pearson's theory of Amber Heard trying to play salsa music to seduce me is actually within her profile, because as much as Hispanic as I am the least Latino mamboleo motherfucker that, and there I go dropping the F-bomb, that you will ever find, okay? I can dance, I can shake and move, but I do not freaking go out of my way to go all chingoneado and all Latino as a motherfucker. Like, you're gonna get that more out of Angel, and that's usually under duress. He would have to be forced to behave that way, you know, like
I
like
will
a
do it
social
only
function.
if I can insult someone.
Like a social function. You want to seduce me? Girl, please. You don't get to seduce me. I'm the one doing the seducing. And actually,
If you want to seduce me, I want to see your knowledge of old school mecha animes.
Actually,
This is non-negotiable.
Actually, I'm probably one of the most Boricua guys you'll ever know, Cristi, on account of I'm Boricuatoriano. I'm half Puerto Rican, half Ecuadorian, half New Yorker, half Floridian, all American. All right. If you need,
yeah.
If you actually want to get interest with me, strike it up with Star Wars and bring me a Pepsi Zero. All right. And we can work on it from there. This is exactly why I was picked on at school, because I wasn't as Latino as all the other Hispanic kids. Because I was more into freaking 9 Inch Nails and Rage Against the Machine and Nirvana and Soundgarden, all that mess when I was growing up, and freaking like rather than being like having my hair slicked back and like wearing like a little bandiero little brat, like all the other little punk brats my age going to school. And yeah, Cristi, you can go for shame all you want. Whatever. Like, half and half is still works, baby. It's cream and milk. It's good for you, and it's got a little bit of the richness. We're diverting too much over here.
We have unlocked like a core childhood memory inside your brother Joe. I think we trigger him back to his high school days by accident. What do you mean you don't have a 6-shooter revolver, 3 sombreros, a live rooster, and 75 mixtapes inside your locker, Juan? Shameful display!
Good
No.
God.
Insulting the ancestors.
Also, right,
Oh my
Mistress
goodness.
Meg is in the chat. Hey up, Mistress Meg.
Yo.
Welcome to the Black Files. She's went ahead and dropped a $1.99 super sticker of a big heart. A big pink heart. Thank you.
Nice.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much for your continued support. Oh my God almighty. So, okay, we are getting way too distracted, way too far off the point. But you know what? You know what we're acting like? We're over here acting like a pack of jackasses. We're acting like a pack of dorks. We're acting like a pack of doofuses. Which...
Hey, well, now listen, Juan. I mean, yeah, we may be acting like jackasses, but I'd like to think that we're a little bit more... We're more tamed when it comes to our jackassery.
We are refined jackasses.
Exactly. See, Angel said it best.
Are we like power mules or something?
In a sense, yes.
Oh my God.
Well, listen, we haven't gone on the deep end yet. We haven't hit each other with freaking tasers and paintball guns and whatever craziness we throw at each other.
Don't
Not
tempt
yet.
me. That was... I know that was some of the crazy stuff that you wanted to do back in the day, Jose. I know that you wanted
It
to
seemed
do...
like a good idea at the time, by which I mean right now.
I know for a fact that you wanted to do weird, like, reality TV contest prankery on us back in the day, but we could never get the time of day to do it. And we never had the ideas hashed out. But I remember, okay? Like freaking talking about how, like, Jen Pearson unlocking this memory. You got my memory unlocking all well. Like, in terms of our high school time.
Do you remember those nights? I remember every night.
I remember every
Conchu tu madre. Yeah. And Jen is over here saying, if you are Puerto Rican, then you better be able to cook. My daughter-in-law's family are Puerto Rican. Oh my God. It's all about family and food. Love them to pieces. I made dinner tonight. I made dinner over here. I threw down some drumsticks in the oven. I threw it in this nice little, like, seasoning blend that I custom made. I'm not telling anyone what's in my seasoning blend, but I will say that there's one ingredient that is actually, you're not going to be able to pin it down even if you break everything else down. And
it's an ancient family recipe.
Yeah, like, I pulled it out of my ass. I freaking invented it. Threw that down with some olive oil, coated that, and I put it on a rack over a baking pan, so that way all the juice and everything from the drumsticks come on down over, like, actually drip on down. And then when I was done, I pan seared it when it was cooked through in order to lock in what's left of the flavor. That way it stays juicy and you have a little bit of that crisp. All right.
Nice.
Very
Nora
good, very
Otaku
good.
is in the chat. Hey up, Nora. Welcome to the Black Files. We missed you. Hope you're doing all right. She's saying Salt and Pepper. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite musical acts of the '90s. So yes, Salt and Pepper is nice. But I'm not saying anything else. But you guys are unlocking a lot of memories over here, Jose. I know that you've got some memories of our teenage years, of our formative years. We are what you might call millennials. We were born in the late '80s. And had our formative years at the turn of the millennium.
Yes,
absolutely.
It was back in the day when, what was it called? I forgot the name. MTV was still allowed to show actual music.
Right?
Think how old that is.
Yes. All right, think of it this way. The landscape of MTV in the 2000s, they were still playing music videos. Carson Daly still had a job. There was reality. That was also... Yeah, the mid 2000s was the birth and the expansion of reality TV all over MTV, and the year 2000 was also the birth of the show that really exemplifies. Well, the title is right there. Everything you need to know about it. That is called Jackass.
Oh, Jackass. What
Yes,
a wonderful tale.
Jackass, yes. Jackass is a show that started in the year 2000 in MTV, starring Johnny Knoxville and his group of other fellow idiots performing all sorts of stupid stunts, like getting tasered, getting paintball gunned, crashing into objects, lots of poo, lots of vomiting, lots of semen, lots of poo, lots of other crazy stuff. Oh,
Fireworks.
did I mention that there's poo?
Bees.
There's poo.
Abuse against midgets.
Abuse against fat dudes. against common people who have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, let's not lie to ourselves. Johnny Knoxville and his boys were doing the kind of shit that is borderline illegal nowadays. I'm talking straight up, throw the book at them and put them in like jail for a couple of weeks so they can get their shit together. It was clearly for the sake of the bands and the laws. But there's no denying the fact that, well, forgive me for sounding cliche, but you could not make Jackass today. Because TikTok exists.
No, you can't. Because I know. I know. On the one hand, I want to agree with you, but I think their fourth Jackass movie that came out last year would like to have a word with you.
Jackass.
You know
forever.
what? Good point. I retract my statement. Let's just say that the standards would not tolerate the shit that they got away with nearly as much as they do now.
You're not.
I was gonna say, Angel. I'm gonna have to disagree with you because I actually sat down and I saw Jackass Forever on Sunday.
Question.
I saw the whole thing.
Question.
Yes.
Jackass Forever did have a theatrical run. Am I right or wrong on that?
You're right.
Okay, so not only was Jackass 4 ever made during these times of like, oh, you can't have this stuff on, but it was actually released to the public in a public.
Color me surprised. I was not expecting that to happen.
I'm not surprised because this came out last year.
Color me then surprised once more because it would seem I was mistaken.
No worries.
Nothing
But
wrong
yeah,
with that.
amongst along with the group of idiots that Johnny Knoxville started the show off of, he had other guys with him. He had these are the guys. I'm not going to name all of them because these are the guys that mainly stand out. He had Wee Man, the residential midget of the Jackass group. He had Chris Pontius, the party boy, who always danced around in Chippendale style.
Who even to this day, like, maintains a really thin and really svelte physique for a dude. These guys, like, how the hell is he that fit? He would, as party boy, he would go in like a bedazzled thong, sneakers, and a bow tie collar with a boombox and just start dancing in the middle of the street or in a department store or whatever. It's harmless.
Juan, do me a favor.
Yes.
Google Chris Pontius Jackass 4. I don't think he is that fit.
Wait, really?
Google him.
No, what?
Google him.
To be fair, time gets the best of us all eventually. But I like to think that he was probably one of the ones that went, hey man, this King of New York shit only lasts 15 minutes.
Also, another one of the members is Steve-O. Steve-O is by far the craziest of the bunch, getting away with doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, Juan.
Hey, brah, everybody has to age. It happens to the best of us.
And of course we come to the main topic of the main focal point of our discussion tonight. Another member by a pro skateboarder by the name of one Bam Margera.
Actually, I believe his birth name was what's his face, Brandon Margera.
Well, I don't want to publicly, mention his real name or dox him.
Too late, Jose. We just did.
We can't dead name Bam. He's already doing his best to dead name himself.
Oh man! All right. So here's the thing: while the show was a hit during its time, at the same time, Bam Margera, who's is a rising star, his fame in skateboarding and his celebrity status, his fame in Jackass was too big to ignore. So in 2003. Bam Margera splintered off and did his own spin-off reality show called Viva La Bam.
Viva La Bam. With the iconic theme song of what is Bam gonna do? Whatever the hell he wants.
I want.
And that's pretty much exactly what he did.
I own all 5 seasons of Viva La Bam on DVD, and I can tell you that, yes, it is a freaking hit. I've enjoyed each and every damn episode. The Viva La Bam is a story. It pretty much follows all the Bam adventures. Bam doing it, but yes, there is jackassery in there, but it's not as much as the original Jackass show because it's mostly focusing on Bam and his crew, Bam and his friends and his family.
Ryan Dunn, who sadly tragically passed away And as crass as this is, he passed away the way Jackass, like himself, would have likely passed away. He got drop dead drunk and crashed his car.
You know what? Yeah. He went out the way he lived, like a jackass.
Unfortunately.
I'm not trying to be insensitive. That's actually what
Me
happened.
neither.
And
No, you're fine, Juan. You're fine.
It's very fitting when you think about it. But Joe is correct. Viva La Bam took slightly less cues of Jackass. It clearly kept the identity of it. But it mostly felt, ironically, slightly more grounded by the use of ground camera and the fact that it took more cues from reality TV, which, as we know, was exploding in popularity during those times.
Namely, due to the fact that some of the key participants / victims, interchangeably depending on whatever the hell Bam does next, included his family.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly his mother, father, and his now deceased uncle, Don Vito.
Oh my God. Anytime I see Don Vito get his well-deserved comeuppance, because I'm going to be honest, in the shows, he's a bigger asshole than Bam.
Yeah, that was his role. Literally be the asshole that people can root against. Because Bam is what TV shows would describe today as an unsympathetic comedic protagonist. He's kind of a douche himself. So to compensate for that, you need somebody who is worse. Somebody who you want Bam to succeed against, and who better than a sleazy, fat, angry, doldering drunkard of a great uncle. It's perfect.
Exactly. So the show ran for 5 seasons, and at the same time, Jackass has expanded to at the time it came out with 2 movies. The first Jackass movie came out in I want to say I think it came out in 2001 or 2002. Juan?
I'm actually looking that up now.
Yeah, because I know Jackass number 2 came out in 2006.
The first movie was 2002.
Okay, first movie was 2002. Second movie came out in 2006, and that was around the time where the final season of Viva La Bam wrapped up.
And then sometime, like many years later, in the faraway time of 2010, they came out with Jackass 3D, which was
the Jackassening.
Jackass being filmed on 3D cameras. This was back when 3D camera filmmaking was all the rage.
Also,
remember Spy Kids?
This is also the final Jackass movie that Ryan Dunn would do before his tragic passing a year later.
Damn, rest in peace.
But before 2010, Bam Margera also had another reality show because Viva La Bam wasn't enough for him. He had this She had this other MTV show called Bam's Unholy Union, where the story revolves around Bam and at the time his fiancée Missy preparing for their wedding.
Well, at least the name makes sense.
Unfortunately, while the series was good, I saw a couple episodes. It was nothing to sneeze at. Like, it was all right. Unfortunately, Missy would become the first of many of Bam Margera's exes in his personal life.
Oh, it appears that turns out living the life of the eternal frat boy might not quite be so good to maintain long-term decisions.
Also, on the subject.
Crazy.
I know. Also,
it seemed like
getting
it was
back
going to work out so well for them too. What was Missy doing? Like a profession, career? Was she a tattoo artist or something? Remind me.
Ooh, I forgot. It's been a long time since I've seen that show.
Yeah, there we go. So,
but that being said, getting back to Jackass 3D, Jackass 3D would also be the final Jackass movie that Bam Margera would take part in. And then, of course, yes, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about the tragedy of 2011.
Yeah.
Because the passing of Ryan Dunn is a huge life-altering turning point for Bam Margera.
Yeah, there's no denying. The man was Bam's brother-in-law in name. His best friend. One could argue one of his best and only friends in these difficulties of his life. And his death, quite frankly, it broke Bam. Bam has been able to get over that, unfortunately. And the consequences of this have been following him for his entire life.
Yeah, no, exactly. And, for the next decade, for the next 10 years, Bam has just been on a downward spiral. Like, he was able to regain some footing.
Yo. Whoa, real quick. Sorry. I didn't mean to put a pause on this but oh my God. Holy crap. Shelly Fitzgerald came in the chat and she dropped 5 memberships to viewers of the Ravens flock and gifted them out. So congratulations to Aaron Cooper, Space Sushi, Blondie, Crystal Aunties, and 2 of our mod squad, Amy Goodhart and Jane. You folks have just been gifted Inner Flocker memberships courtesy of Shelly Fitzgerald. Holy crap!
Damn!
Thank you so much, Shelly.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelly.
Your consideration is once again much appreciated. Remember, folks, every cent you send to us is meant to maintain our shit running. Our machines in one piece, our stomachs full, and the German police out our asses. Don't ask that questions, and I won't give you an answer you want to hear.
It's okay. We're not banned in Germany anymore.
I know, right? But now,
getting back they're just sending the kill squad instead.
Getting back onto the subject. After that, for the next 10 plus years, like I said, Bam Margera, like his trajectory for the next 10 plus years has been a mixed bag. On the one hand, he was able to regain a little bit of his footing. He was able to regain his passion for skateboarding for however long that was. And he also regained some passion for art. He did some artwork as well, along with skateboarding. And he also not only married another woman later on in the 2010s, but they also had a child together. And for a while,
this man
it looked like it was
father.
Yes.
I know. For a second there, it looked like he really had it together, didn't it?
But unfortunately, man, oh man, like Bam Margera is okay. He fell into the trap that every rising celebrity has fallen into, relying on drugs and alcohol as a means to cope.
It doesn't help that at that point, or on the point that his second marriage started, his show was close to coming to an end, which means that his status as a rising celebrity had quickly become peaking celebrity and soon to become, well, former celebrity. Like, it was a combination of factors contributed by the death of his best friend. It was the fact that his relationship failed. It was the fact that his second relationship began to hold into emotional strains. And it was the fact that his lifestyle, well, it could simply no longer be supported. Because, guys, let's be honest. We can only live like frat boys for so long. The party train has to stop at some point in our lives, whether we like to or not.
It's not something that anyone relishes. Trust me, I wish that I could keep these luscious, dark, dark, nearly black, mostly dark brown locks forever, but I have to live with the reality of 2 things. 1, I'm losing hair, and 2, the hair that I've got is going to gray. If you don't believe me, see the little spots right there?
Happens to everybody, baby. Actually, happens more to men. We have like a 50% rate of baldness compared to women.
Pretty much.
But that's just genetics, and unfortunately, we cannot defeat genetics. Now, everybody has to age. The question is, how will you age? Will you choose to age gracefully? Or will you choose to fight against age with everything you have in a futile battle against entropy?
I would more attribute it to atrophy or apathy more than entropy and anything else here, Angel. Entropy is just slowing down to a crawl of near non-existence. This guy ain't slowed down. He really
should have.
No, he didn't slow down. He crashed through every roadblock that has been put up in his way in an effort to slow him down. Okay, imagine the life of Bam Margera as somebody in a car chase, running away from the police or something. The cops are able to divert him into a path where they throw out the rope with the spikes, right? To pot the tires. Right. Nothing. It didn't slow him down. They keep diverting him. They're trying to bump him into one of the medians on the highway. Nothing. He's going harder and faster. He's burning out his engine. Now imagine that they somehow managed to put a full-on concrete barricade. I'm not talking about the freaking fold-out wooden barricades. I mean, somebody dropped the freaking Berlin Wall in his way. He just
Most people would either slow down.
He just went freaking
deviate.
Gorbachev up on that bitch with a sledgehammer and the sickle of communism, breaking, shattering, and breaking that Berlin Wall down. And he just teetly on all the way freaking through.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. It's still going. My man's literally cannot stop. It's ridiculous.
Now
it is. It really is. And this brings us to, like, we're going to cover a little bit more on his background, on his records, but yes, this leads us to the main news topic of what happened earlier this week. Juan, go ahead and take the reins.
Folks, if you haven't heard the story already, I know that Steph covered it yesterday, very briefly on Popcorn Planet, but Bam Margera is on the lam. Bam is on the lam. Oh, back Betty, Bam a lamb. Got Betty by the chop, Bam a lamb. No, this is not a drill. Bam Margera has an arrest warrant out from police in the state of Pennsylvania. He has an actual warrant for his arrest. As in, Mofo is about to get cuffed and gagged for it. Also, Lorraine Lamore made it into the chat. Hey up, Lorraine Lamore. Welcome to the Black Files. We also see Jigsaw JP, whoever that is. I don't believe we've seen you here before. Welcome to the Black Files, Jigsaw JP.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
You gotta understand, this comes as a surprise to everybody because after the most recent shenanigans that Bam's life became, he just sort of dropped off the radar. Nobody knew what he was doing, so everybody assumed that, hey, maybe he finally got his shit together. Maybe he can finally focus on his private life and no longer pursue these self-destructive, toxic thrills that brought him nothing but pain and suffering.
Oh, Angel.
Unfortunately,
I was going to say, Angel, he has not kept a low profile, but we're going to get to that in a bit. Juan,
never mind. I just haven't heard of him, I guess.
In the chat by the name of Busy7891. Welcome, Busy. Welcome to the Black Files. They're saying, I highly encourage everyone to check out That Surprise Witness's videos. I appreciate that. I hope that they're covering Bam as well. Yeah. Oh, God. It's insane. I went ahead and showed y'all the link article as shared by Variety. Get ready! I hope you guys got are short on eggs because you're about to shit a chicken. So Bam Margera literally has Pennsylvania police issued an arrest warrant for him as he's missing. Get a load of this.
He just disappeared.
Yep, just freaking gone. Just gone. Article written by Minori Ravindran and Zach Sharf for the Variety magazine. Pennsylvania police state have issued an arrest warrant for Bam Margera following a, quote, physical confrontation on Sunday. That would be Sunday, April 23rd. In a statement, police say they were called to a Chester County residence at 11 a.m. on April 23rd to a reported disturbance. The former Jackass star was allegedly involved in an altercation with someone at the household who suffered minor injuries. Quote, Margera fled into a wooded area prior to the arrival of Pennsylvania State Police and has not been located at this time, reads the statement. A warrant for
he just ran into the woods?
He just ran to the freaking woods.
He just ran to the woods.
Musician Jess Margera appeared to confirm the confrontation on social media. Tweeting from a verified account on Monday, Jess Margera posted a screenshot of Instagram correspondence in which he said, Bam, quote, threw some punches at me, which I blocked. The arrest warrant comes just months after Margera, a former skateboarder and TV personality, was hospitalized in December and required ventilation after contracting pneumonia. In January, Margera appeared on his former Jackass collaborator Steve-O's podcast to detail the experience. Quote, basically I was pronounced dead on December 8th. I did not know that I had gnarly COVID and my body was shutting down. I went into 4 seizures, each one lasting 10 to 20 minutes. On the 4th one, I bit my tongue so hard, it was nearly falling off. It got so swollen and puffy it wouldn't fit in my mouth. I was drinking the infected blood, which gave me pneumonia as well. Margera and Steve
Jesus.
both got their start in Hollywood on MTV's prank stunt show Jackass, but Margera was not involved in last year's feature film Jackass Forever because he had broken a clause in his contract that required him to stay sober during production. Margera filed a lawsuit in August 2022 against Paramount and Jackass ringleader Johnny Knoxville over the firing, claiming the creators coerced him into signing the, quote, wellness agreement for the movie while he was still in rehab. The suit alleged that Margera was fired after testing positive for Adderall, even though he had an Adderall prescription for 10 years. The lawsuit was eventually settled. Now,
wow.
Where the fuck do we begin with this guy?
This was just, Jesus Christ. We pulled a thread and all that come out was just a cavalcade of tragedies.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane, and it's tragic.
It is.
I
really thought that after all this time he had gone to, like, get his life together. No, he was just slowly getting worse, wasn't he?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
Damn.
My god. Let me take a look over here. I'm seeing in the chat. Okay, yeah. I'm seeing Busy and Jigsaw JP in here. They're going in the chat pretty hard. Let's see here. There's from Stupid Brother. There's AI Mo. There's Alma. I'm not sure what that means. Busy. Lorraine was saying that she has a weakness for the Little Debbie snack cakes. There's so much more going on than what you see unless you really start digging. She invented him. Oh, interviewed him. Oh, Jesus. You're saying surprise witness interviewed Bam?
Oh,
yo.
Breaking news. Hot off the press.
Well, no, it's not hot off. It's an older thing, but oh my god.
Relatively warm off the press.
Surprise witness Bam. Yeah. Okay. Now, I know that's
wow.
surprise witness. Okay, here we go. Yeah, oh, god damn. Oh my god, holy crap.
Yeah, Bam looks like a bloated, mummified corpse right now.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, we're going ahead and dropping a subscribe if...
How the Bam T have fallen.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so I've actually done my due diligence. I've actually dug up some more information on what's been happening with Bam in the 2010s heading until now. So here we go. Are you guys ready?
Go ahead, Jose. Take the wheel.
All right. So yeah, and this is all according to his Wikipedia page. All right, he has been dealing with health and like alcohol and issues. All the way as far back as when he was on camera, when he was in production for Viva La Bam and Bam's Unholy Union. So his alcohol issues has been dating as far back as the mid-2000s. All right. In July of 2009, Bam was taken to the hospital by paramedics and state troopers after a 4-day alcohol binge. His drinking habit. Yeah, his drinking habits got worse by the time Viva La Bam, by the time Viva La Bam and Bam's Unholy Union wrapped up. Let's see here. Following the passing of his close friend Ryan Dunn in 2011, that's when his alcohol abuse exacerbated. Yeah, according to Margera, he considers 2012, the following year, the year that he lost control of his drinking, due to Ryan Dunn's death, and due to bone spurs, which forced him to put his skating career on hold.
Oh yeah, no, that your legs are gone if you exacerbate those things. I seen pictures. It's unpleasant.
In 2015, Bam Margera entered rehab for a second time for alcoholism. His first time was in 2009. But this is his second time. Later that year, he was also part of this. It's a reality show. It's called Family Therapy with Dr. Jen on VH1 with his mother, April. And he remained sober for several months at that time. And he also said on the show how his unhealthy lifestyle had forced him to relearn skating after 5 years and had also left him overweight. He then moved over to
Let's just say he gives me a run for my money in terms of puffiness.
You can say it properly, Juan. That man is bloated.
He moved. After the show wrapped up in 2015, he moved over to Estonia for 5 months to get in better shape. And then after he dropped some weight, he relocated over in Barcelona, Spain, with his family to focus on his skating career in late 2016. But then moved back to Pennsylvania 1 year later, before his son was born. In a 90-minute interview with YouTube series The Nine Club, recorded and released in November of 2017, Margera discussed his health issues and alcohol, claiming that he had been mostly sober since 2015. This is between 2015 and 2017. So I want you guys to, I hope you guys are still with me. All right.
Yeah, Jose's doing a basic run through, a 101 for anyone who isn't educated on what's going on with Bam.
In January,
go ahead.
Yeah. In January of 2018, Margera entered rehab for the third time after a DUI and remained sober for 7 months. Later that year, he relapsed after being robbed at gunpoint during a vacation in Colombia. In January of 2019, 1 year after his previous attempt, Margera entered rehab for the fourth time, but left after 10 days, stating that he didn't belong there and was planning on beating his alcoholism on his own. In March of 2019, TMZ released a video showing Margera screaming and threatening his manager at the West Side Comedy Club in New York City.
Jesus Christ.
Additionally, Margera made Instagram posts in which he insulted his wife and damaged his own home, leading to friends and family members coming together to have Margera committed to a mental health treatment facility. Margera was released from treatment and returned home after 1 week.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I believe that's what they were trying to bring up in the chat over here. There's a lady who is a part of all this that she's kind of sussy-wussy, as it would be very lightly put. A woman by the name of Lima Javermovic. She runs a rehab center down here in Florida. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Interesting. I wouldn't know anything about that, but let's go ahead and continue on here. So on August 3rd of 2019, later in 2019, on August 3rd, a drunken Margera was removed from a commercial airline flight following an altercation with an airport police officer who told him he was too intoxicated to fly. The following day, Margera posted a chain of videos on his Instagram account publicly pleading for Dr. Phil's help.
Jose, you say you don't know who that person is? I'm sending you an article over here that's giving you a rundown. This is an article put up from the Sports Grail. It was the first one that I could find, and it's from December 10th, just this past December. Lima Javermovic, she was put under his guardianship, and apparently she's apparently she was also the CEO of a wellness supplements and healthcare software company called Aura, and she was made his legal guardian back in June 2021. This is
all a recipe for disaster, one after another.
Okay, he was basically put into a conservatorship against his will. When he's in shit shape, but that doesn't mean that he needed to have his agency removed from him. This is what the chat was talking about. This lady. Okay, sorry.
Well, it's okay. We're gonna get to that, Juancho, but let me go ahead and finish this timeline here, okay?
Because I was also looking at she's holding up something that is allegedly okay. I don't know what the hell that
we're gonna get to it. Ron, chill. Okay, fine. We're gonna get to
you. Continue, but I'm sorry, I had a segue, but go ahead.
You're fine. And then after that, he directed a lengthy tirade toward his mother with Dr. Phil. He led a tirade toward his mother, April, his wife, Nikki Margera, and childhood friend Brandon Novak, who is also a member of Viva La Bam and CKY crew, candidly stating that his relationship with his family is broken. Dr. Phil reciprocated Margera's pleas the next morning, referring him to a treatment center following a one-on-one session. Now, on May 17th, of 2022, last year, Margera announced that he had completed 1 year of sobriety treatment, but relapsed less than a month later. And on June 15th, Margera was reported missing after fleeing his rehab center. He was found and voluntarily returned to rehab after being gone for a week. He was returned with police escort since he was in the rehabilitation facility under court order. On June 26th of 2022, he was reported missing again after fleeing his rehab center for the second time. He was found and checked into a new treatment facility on June 27th, the following day. He was spotted at a bar after fleeing rehab once again on September 4th. And on September 25th, it was reported that he was caught intoxicated in a bar in Atlanta, Georgia, amid rehab problems. And on December 9th, it was reported that Margera was hospitalized and put on a ventilator in San Diego ICU due to pneumonia and COVID-19. He was released from the hospital the next day. On Steve-O's Wild Ride podcast, he said that he also suffered from 5 seizures during his stay at the hospital in December.
I brought that part up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then on February 15th of 2023, his wife, Nikki, filed for legal separation and spousal support, citing irreconcilable differences. Thank you. The legal documents detailed that her reasoning for filing for separation was based on Margera behaving inappropriately while spending time with their son, leading Boyd to believe that Margera was under the influence of alcohol. And his latest trouble, on March 29th of 2023, Margera was arrested for public intoxication. And this was, last month.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my freaking Lord. Okay.
What a goddamn mess. I'm sorry to hear this. This is genuinely sad.
Thing or whatever that this lady runs at Aura, Lima.
Yeah, let's touch on this.
Javremovic. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm not trying to crap on anybody's name, but like, I'm too pissed off. Apparently, it's worse. The whole like health technologies stuff. It's like using VR for freaking rehab. I'm like, no. VR is for going on VR chat and like teabagging people on Minecraft. You don't use that for actual medical shit like that. Not in the state of tech that it's in right now. It is not good for that shit yet. And apparently, this lady, Lima, or this rehab center that she used to run, caused the death of a young lady named Amanda Rabb. So, whoever...
They were already shady, and so they basically only existed to exacerbate an already fucked up condition. By the way, Joe, I couldn't help but to notice that in like 99% of that report, everything ends with, and then he started drinking again.
And then he started talking again.
He can't get away from it. Like it's an
genuine alcoholism. It's what's the word? Pathological alcoholism at this point. He can't get away from it because it's the only thing that's giving him an escape from the fact that he simply cannot go back to his olden days. This man has been stuck in a constant spiral of trying to recapture the past, but the past, like oil, slips between his fingers. So he relapses back to alcohol every time things go wrong. You notice that? He makes a little progress. He runs into a stumbling block. He starts drinking. He escapes from that.
I don't think that it was actually just, hey, I can't recapture my halcyon days. A lot of this stuff when it comes to addiction, for the record, folks, we are not experts at any of this stuff. We're giving our layman's opinion on this. Like, when it comes to addiction, it's not just, oh, hey, I can't cope with my life. There's usually something biochemical, neurochemical happening up in the brain that is keeping them from being able to kick the habit. And it's a lot of mitigating factors. Some of it's biological, others are psychological. It's a pain in the butt. It's not just one lumping of it.
There's also the fact that he lived his entire life doing that lifestyle. He basically got the alcoholism baked into his system because, I don't know you, but if I had to do nothing but work for Jackass for the vast majority of my life, I'd be getting drunk most of the time too.
And what do you call that? I don't know who Demon King Finn Balor is over here, but hi there, welcome to the Black Files.
Thank you.
They're over here saying, who the fuck is that bald person? That bald person's Jose Casabona. He's the founder of the channel.
Buddy.
Just give him a wave or whatever. Yeah, but it's gonna be nuts. Also, talking to the mic, buddy. You sound like you're a mile away. Is this better now? No. I keep it over here because I know that I sound like I'm a mile away, but then again, I can't do too much without messing with the signal on there. But in any case, we appreciate the input. They also said here, Tiffany saying it's a habit he can't break. You're right. It's not just, oh hey, I'm pissed off that I'm not a teenage doof anymore. It's, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens, and it all just compounds. Demon King also said, if Bam isn't found by the end of this week, I'm going to be suspecting foul play, and I hope Westchester Police Department does a full investigation on the entire family, since they were the last one to see him. Oh my God. God almighty.
I do in fact worry. But no. Ultimately, while there are many factors, there's also the fact that Bam essentially built this lifestyle around him. The loss of his best friend broke him. The combination of these family issues and everything else that followed afterward didn't do him any favors. And unfortunately, just like many people who fall into the trap of alcoholism, they can't seem to stay off the wagon. They make a little progress, but then something goes wrong and they start drinking. Then they snap out of it. And then the process repeats itself over and over and over again. And, well, in some of these cases, it leads to what I hope doesn't end in horrible tragedy, but it is not looking good because the man literally ran into the woods.
He literally did. And what really doesn't help Bam Margera, from during his rise, when he peaked in his celebrity status, like in the mid 2000s, and I guess for the most part the early 2010s, was that he got away with so many crazy antics in public with zero repercussions from the law.
Yeah, because he was famous. And when you're famous enough, you can straight up commit crimes and the world will laugh with you.
Yeah, but I did manage to pull... What's up, Juan?
Sorry, I want to bring something up in here in the chat. And Busy actually brings up a good point over here. When it comes to the kind of lifestyle and the personality that Bam Margera has been embroiling himself in over the years. What do you call it? They're saying, and Bunda also was making a joke with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Bunda.
Thank you.
Angel should be put into my custody against his will. Ha, dork.
I'm already in the custody of the government. I don't need to get fucked over even harder by this. But thank you for the offer.
Busy is saying here, yeah, but you all have to understand his family has been trying to control him for so long now, and with addicts, you end up pushing back and rebelling every time they're forced or coerced into doing something, and they've been forcing or coercing him for years. So that's the other side of the coin we gotta look at here.
Yes, that is true. I do remember, and the video is actually available on YouTube. I do remember that Bam Margera did mention this on his appearance on Dr. Phil, that along was with his strained relationship with his family, it was mostly directed at his mom. Like he made his case that his mom, he doesn't get along with his mom because his mom is too much of a control freak and needed to back off from Bam's life a little bit. And, Dr. Phil actually confronted Bam's mom and basically making the same case. Like, hey, listen, your son, he's a man now. There comes a point where you need to leave him be and let him fall, let him make his own choices and let him suffer his own consequences. Okay. You cannot be there for his entire life.
Okay. On the one hand, as stupid as this phrase sounds, and I cannot believe these words are coming out of my mouth, Dr. Phil may have had a little bit of a point there.
Hey, broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Right. But when you look at it at the same time over here, you also want to look at what April Margera has been dealing with this guy pretty much for the latter 20 some odd years of his life. Okay, how much bullshit did he put her through? It's just for a stunt, Ape. It's just for the show, Ma. We're gonna get ratings here, Ma. It's so cool. I can do whatever I want, Ma. You know about okay. How much aggravation and how many stress hemorrhoids did he give the woman over all this time? Can you imagine?
Maybe it was like a vicious cycle, Bam behaves like a complete ass. The mom tries to control him. He rebels even further, putting her under deeper stress, causing her controlling nature to spiral out. It's like a loop back. It's a loop feedback of just
Okay,
feedback
guys,
loop of
I actually
people
have a
being
little bit
horrible to
more
each other.
info. I actually have a little bit more info of what's been going on with on April's side. So,
Real quick,
outside
Jose.
of
Also, the sperm whale in the chat, he said Angel is right. Excessive drug use can rewire your serotonin and beta endorphin systems to where the substance is the only way you feel pleasure or relax. Isn't that so freaking messed up? It's true.
It's called burnout.
Like, it's not burnout. It's not just addiction. It's becoming dependent on
Dependency, yeah. So you were saying, Joe, sorry for the interruption.
Go ahead, Zane.
No, you're fine. So outside of his on-screen antics involving April, what goes on in the personal life, and this is all coming from that same episode of Dr. Phil that was released in 2019. And mind you, this is 2019. For the longest time, April has been helping with repairs with Bam's castle in Pennsylvania. And
yes,
over
the man
the years,
lives in a castle, Angel.
Nice.
lived past tense.
Not so nice.
Now he's in the woods.
Yeah. So for the longest time, like during that time period, the castle has become nothing more than like, I don't want to say like a hotel, but like a home for like transients, for people to come and go as they please.
Oh.
And they set up a skate park over there. And what happens is that Bam, according to April, Bam surrounds himself with like the wrong people, the people who temporarily come by and leave, and they leave a mess at the castle. And whenever she cleans up, she finds like alcohol in Bam's room, and also finds like cocaine, and also finds broken glass on the floor.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't just bad enough that he was falling into bad habits. He also kept trying to surround himself with people that reminded him of what he used to have.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Damn.
fucked. Oh,
That is genuinely sad. I am actually sorry for the guy.
Jose, you sent me a message that you have over here.
Yes, because guess what, guys? In the upcoming horror convention called Spookala, which is taking place in June of this year in Ocala, Florida, Bam Margera is scheduled to be one of the guests to appear during the weekend.
I get the feeling that he will be missing his appearance.
I don't think so, Angel, because I actually did reach out personally to the organizers of Spookala, and I asked them, and I quote, hey, have you addressed the status of one of your guests, Bam Margera? Is he scheduled to appear at Spookala? I am reading news about him, and I'm very concerned. And here's the response I got from him.
I've actually got it over here, Jose, so folks can read along. Give me just a moment for it to pull up over here. I'm trying to get it.
Go right ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go right ahead. Let me know when you have it.
Here we go. Go ahead, Jose. Read it off.
And it says, and I quote, from Spookala, "We want Bam to come, but we also don't want to force anything that'll be immoral. We've learned there's been a lot of misunderstandings involving Bam and a lot of things stretched from the truth. We trust his management, and once we know the whole truth, we'll be making our decision. We'll be addressing it in a few days once we know everything."
All right.
Okay.
So this is now dependent on how serious the circumstances were that put him into running into the woods in the first place.
That's actually, under the circumstances, as fair as you're going to get.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a very diplomatic way of saying we'll wait and see.
I wouldn't say it's a great idea, but it's better than no idea at all, I suppose.
True.
Yeah, I hope the folks at Spookala didn't mind us checking that out. And and here's a free plug here. If you actually plan on attending Spookala, it's going to be at in Ocala, Florida, June 9th through the 11th. Go ahead and check out spookala.com for tickets and the full guest list.
Absolutely. And mind you, like,
at least we can
his recent antics right now is not the first time that Bam got in trouble, because, like I said, he used to get away with it, but there's a ceiling to how much you could get away with it without getting slapped with the handcuffs. Because, Bam Margera has had many instances where he was arrested. Like in July, I'll give you an example. In July of 2013, Bam Margera was arrested in the Keflavik airport in Iceland,
10 years
having
ago.
left the country. 10 years ago, without paying, having left the country without paying damages following a rental car dispute the year before. He rented a Toyota Land Cruiser during a vacation in Iceland in 2012, which he had returned in terrible shape 5 days later, but left the country before paying for the damage.
All right. Before you continue, Jose, I want to check out the chat over here. Let me take a look. All right. So let me see here. Sperm Whale is saying get privilege over here. Let me see. Busy is saying, in my opinion, the only reason there's an arrest warrant is his family's last-ditch effort to try and save him. They took his rights for over a year and it didn't work. Now they think jail is all they have that's left. Let me see here.
Damn.
Demon King Finn Balor said they raised him and Jesse Margera to be that way. April and Phil used to pull countless pranks on Bam and Jesse when they were kids, so he picked up all this from Ape and Phil. They were been his biggest enablers. Let me see. So go freaking figure. You reap what you sow. This is what happens.
You do indeed.
Let me see here. Jen Pearson. And here's my opinion. We don't know much about the toxicity. His family is a part of it. For my husband, it took him cutting off his mother and other family members to become a better man. Let me see here. So Bam is allergic to alcohol. He breaks out in handcuffs. Oh my God, what the hell?
Jesus.
Aaron saying like I didn't know he still did appearances, and Sperm Whale saying like Ocala has cons now. Labao. This is good shit right here. Original content. You know, we appreciate that over here. Thank you, Sperm Whale.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate your time with us here.
Yeah, we really
going back to the previous set.
We're trying to actually give this situation the breadth that it deserves. There's other folks who have been following this a lot deeper and a lot more closely than we have. We're literally picking this up now when it's peaking at a critical juncture for Bam. Something is going to happen to him, and no one thinks that it's going to be a good thing. It's seriously going to be either he's going to make a scene by when he's caught by the cops, I don't know, running around in his underwear or whatever, like hopped up on shrooms or I don't know. I'm knocking on wood. I'm hoping that they find him. He's safe and healthy and okay, and at least able to. I knocked something over. I knocked over my phone, and he's at least able to have some cognizance. Worst case scenario, we kind of know what's up, and I won't speak it into existence, and I don't think anyone else should either.
I hope not. The last thing I want to know is to get a police report that somebody half naked just got hit because they ran into the highway at night or some shit.
That would be horrifying.
This man's life is a goddamn mess. But that doesn't mean we want it to get worse. He had his time in the spotlight, and a combination of his own family history, his bad influences, and his bad habits have completely screwed him up to the point that, actual jail time might be the only thing that forces him into abstinence. Because over the years, he has become too dependent on alcohol to be the anointment for his pains. And that means that the only way this man is going to get clean is if he's forced at gunpoint to get as clean as he possibly can. He needs to go through the horrible pains of going to cold turkey. Speaking of, have you ever spoken to somebody who has tried to quit alcohol cold turkey? Because I have.
I have, and it's horrible, and it sucks.
Damn.
Fun fact, did you know that when you try to quit alcohol, one of the most unintended side effects is because the chemical composition of your sweat changes so abruptly, your body stinks horribly. Imagine halitosis on your skin.
Oh my God. Ugh.
It's not pleasant, but it's necessary. It looks like this is genuinely the only way this man can ever get clean. He needs to be forced, literally chained to a wall, away from everyone and anything that can produce alcohol.
But how screwed up is it that it's come to this? How messed up is it that it's come to this where we're not sure whether or not they actually tried. Yeah. Oh, what's the face? Busy's over here saying they tried forcing him already for the past year and a half, and he's been breaking out.
Harder.
He's been breaking out. If they turned Alcatraz prison, the retired prison island off the coast of San Francisco, if they turned that into a one-man jail for Bam in order for him to go clean, I bet you that he would find a way to freaking break out and swim
Escape
across
from
and get himself
Alcabam.
some rice-a-roni. For God's sake.
Because the man cannot live without it. He has to be forced to live without it. Doesn't matter how many times. Like, even if you have to literally have him guarded 24/7, and basically, you're gonna have to create. What's the opposite of a Pavlovian response?
Good question.
Because we're gonna have to do that with him. We're gonna have to like connect a shocker to his balls, and the second he even smells alcohol, he doesn't get to jerk off for a week.
Ow. No.
By the way, guys.
No.
Modern times require modern solutions.
No, Angel, that is a Pavlovian response. Is hey, I want alcohol. Zap at the balls. Maybe.
Zap the balls.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
also,
like,
guys.
What's up?
Mind you, this is not his most recent illegal troubles, because to fast forward to this year, specifically last month, he was arrested on March 2nd, 2023 for domestic violence after he allegedly kicked a woman. He was released from custody after he posted a $50,000 bail the next day. And then, of course, we fast forward to present day. On April 23rd, police were dispatched to Margera's home after he allegedly made death threats to his brother and subsequently punched him in the face.
Subsequently punched him in the face. Over here.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Busy in the chat is saying every 90 days they send him to a new rehab, and they did this for 14 months. This proves that your opinion that he needs to be forced won't work. Jen Pearson is saying in the chat, my husband wanted to share with y'all that the alcoholic has to quit for themselves and no one else. Then have a good support system. Like, Eric was also saying, but isn't he free to make his own decisions? That's the problem. We're talking about how much personal accountability a guy who has had both extreme liberty and extreme confinement in his actions in his life thrown at him as the only solutions. He was never given any sort of anything in between. There was never any nuances. Either go be as wild and as crazy as you want, or no, shut up, I'm putting you in a hole with a straitjacket and you're gonna listen to the Barney theme song, whatever. It's like,
you know what? The commenter may be right. If you're not willing to do it by yourself, you're not going to do it for anyone else. But at this point, does he even have the will to do anything for himself anymore?
Honestly, I really don't know, because he pretty much lost everything. Like, he lost his wife, he lost his family, he lost his child.
Well, actually, no, both his wives now.
Yeah, both his wives. He lost his friends. Like, he's no longer part of any projects with the original friends that he made from Jackass. Like, back on he was not in the newest Jackass Forever movie, and he made a whole bunch of videos on it on February of 2021 about how he admitted to breaking his sobriety, and that he was fired from Jackass Forever.
Don't forget that he's got a kid. He's a father. He doesn't have his kid with him anymore.
That's what I said. I said his kid.
It's kind of hard to muster the will to fight for yourself when you feel like you have nothing worth fighting for.
Isn't that absolutely ratchet here? What do you call it?
This is pretty
Busy
tragic,
was also saying very few people actually change after jail. Hell, jail didn't work for me. Ouch.
Damn.
No, I'm not going to judge anyone on that shit. Holy cow.
Yeah, no.
Different strokes, different folks. But yeah, no, like, that raises a question of what can be done for someone who doesn't want to do anything for themselves, except sink into the hole. Because at this point, based on what we're seeing here, either he finds the will to like better himself, for better or worse, or he's going to die of alcoholism. I hate to be I hate to be a black and white kind of guy when it comes to this, but yeah, the way you guys are putting it here, either he finds a way to basically straighten himself out, or he's going to die.
I'm going to say this right now, guys. When I grew up in high school, one of my go-to shows that got me through high school was watching Viva La Bam. And I've been a fan of Bam Margera throughout my entire life. Like, he was actually one of the, I don't want to use the term role models, but like one of the people I looked up to as I was growing up, because like I was gravitating.
Jose and I grew up very, very under a very, shall we say, not very nice situation with our parents. Let's just put it that way. We're not going to get.
Let's just say they were strict.
Let's leave it at that point.
Yeah, let's just say they were very strict, and they didn't like the choices we made as we were teenagers growing up.
Yeah. So getting back to it, and I learned about Bam Margera, and I actually grew to like the guy. I was a fan of the guy, like his crazy stunts. Yeah, he's also a skateboarder. But the fact that like what really gravitated me towards him is like his ability to branch out on his own, creating his own brand, doing his own projects, doing everything his way, and he made a success out of his own name, out of himself. And that's one of the reasons that inspired me to, like, years later, like, okay, not to that stupid, crazy extreme, but that's what inspired me to branch out and start. One of the things that inspired me to start this channel. It's not the thing. I want to make a correction there in case if anyone stops me. It's not the main reason I started the channel, but he's one of the many influences that inspired me to start this channel. Okay, are we good, Juan? Are we good, Angel?
He was a rebellious figure, a perfect model for somebody who wished to escape the constrictions of the time. You also got to remember, one of the reasons why it worked so well for Bam is because during the 90s, we were at the peak of not just the fame of those kinds of shows, but at the peak of the controversy of those shows. A constant battle between the rebellious youth and the stifling conservatives of the time, claiming that listening to enough rap music was going to turn you into a serial killer. Some shows like that just come out at the perfect time, and they inspire the people at the perfect time, just like they inspire you. Which is why seeing somebody that you looked up to for so long hurts so much, because you can tell that in a different time, in a different place, things really could have been better for him. Things should have been better for him.
It really fucking hurts me to talk about this because, like, man, it was just really heart-wrenching because, yeah, like you said, I looked up to this guy and I followed his career. And like I said, I have all his DVDs of Viva La Bam. I'll never get tired of watching him over and over and over again.
It's true. I've seen him in the middle of it going, what was it when they went to Europe?
Yes, that was one of my favorite episodes from his series when they traveled all the way to Europe so that the planned Bill and Ape's wedding anniversary.
The fact that after all those stupid pranks, he ended up in this beautiful seaside Greek fancy 5-star dinner with their sleazy dumb uncle tied up on cuffs like half a mile away showed that, yeah, that was a nice cap off of, yeah, man, I shit on my family, but I love my family. It was genuinely one of the best moments of the show.
It was. I think it was one of the best two-parter episodes of his entire series. Like, dude, they went all the way to went all the way to Transylvania to get wine from from Dracula's castle.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
That was a nice.
But now,
there. So I guess.
Like, man,
like that's not even it. It's it is really sad and it is really messed up. So how much of that is him, like at this point, is how much of this is him in a mania, in a spiral, in a we're just freaking commenting and speculating over here. This is all just rumor and innuendo at this point. How much of his behavior at this point is he's willingly trying to get the hell away from everyone who's trying to strangle him and put him in a box? And how much of this is the neurochemical response to withdrawal or being too inert in his vices where he doesn't have enough sense of self, you know? Where
you know what I think it is? I think I know. I like where you're getting at with Juan. I think this is a very complicated situation when it comes to Bam Margera because, yes, there are several circumstances that we have to consider, as revealed on the chat. I don't know if it's either confirmed or not. His parents being enablers when it comes to his upbringing and how. The
only way you come up with a brat like Bam Margera was back in the day is if his parents raised him as a brat.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that'll do it. Okay. His parents' upbringing, the friends that the people that Bam surrounds himself with, who are equally as enablers, like contributing to Bam's crazy antics, because those are the people that Bam wants to be surrounded with. And of course, the big one, the biggest one of all, the passing of Ryan Dunn in 2011. That's what really set things in motion for Bam's downward spiral.
That was the big trigger that caused the biggest amount of damage. The loss of his biggest pillar of support. Because, well, let's be honest, when your own family cannot be there for you, and everybody else that you're surrounded with is either a coworker, a psychopath, or somebody trying their best to further your bad habits so they can get money out of it. Like, that one good friend is the best friend you will ever have. And the one person whose loss will hurt you the most than anyone else, fortunately.
Exactly. And as far as Bam Margera...
It's not as if Ryan Dunn was like a saint either. It's just like, hey, no, he was my ride or die. He was my BFFFL. But like...
Yeah, no, he was literally Bam Margera's brother. And one can make the argument that, like, yeah, no, after his passing, you know, Bam Margera, like, he didn't have many ways to cope. Like, his only method of coping is alcoholism. Because, as he mentioned, he couldn't get back into... Yeah, couldn't get back into skateboarding. And he loved skateboarding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't just lose his best friend. He lost the ability to pursue his passions as well. It's like you take away a man's friend, his family, and then you take away his dreams. Shit, man. It makes you worry because it makes you wonder, what if alcohol is the only thing he's got left? If we take that away from him, if he decides to let it all go, what happens then?
What's up, Poncho?
I wanted to check out the chat real quick. I wanted to check out everything else over here that folks were saying. Let me see here. Sperm Whale saying being a drug addict is not illegal, but the problem with drug addiction is more often than not leads to actions that are illegal. That's the hardest part, in my opinion.
Being legal doesn't make it right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's not. No. It's not that it's legal. It's like being addicted, and then what are you going to do to continue feeding that addiction? That's what Sperm Whale's trying to say. That's where it becomes an issue. Yeah, Aaron Cooper was saying, oh my god, like using the baby to trap him for more rehab. That would be cruel. I would not use a child as a weapon like that. No way. Tiffany Washington. Hey there, Tiffany. She's doing it because she doesn't want their child to see them at his worst. That was what's her face? Bam's latest ex-wife leaving with the kid. Let me see here. Demon King Finn Balor. Yeah, I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy. They're better off dead than being surrounded by rapes and murderers when they're in there just for drug abuse, especially when there are just as much drugs and ways to make alcohol in prison as there is in the outside.
Damn.
Sperm Whale also said Bam was charismatic, but it was the kind of charisma that easily fades with age if not improved upon.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, he was surrounded by yes men at the time. So that certainly didn't help the situation all at all.
But also, Demon King Finn Balor said, Sperm Whale said, you guys saw that house, that mansion, they had money, and Bam provided that lifestyle. So, yeah. So that brings another facet to this. Okay, so April, his mom, she still lives with them, right? Doesn't she?
Yes.
They still live in Castle Bay, right?
No, they don't. They don't live together. They don't live together. In fact, they don't live together. In fact, on the same Dr. Phil show in 2019, Bam basically told her, Margera, that she is no longer welcome at Castle Bam.
Okay.
Damn.
So, but they used to live together in the past. They actually used to live in
the past. Yes, when they moved into Castle Bam. Yes,
they moved into the castle, and before that, they had the household, and he was paying for it. And before that was like the family home, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for like 2 out of the 3 households we know about, Bam fronted for that shit. He made off like a gangster. He made off like gangbusters. Phil and Ape went ahead and took it. They went ahead and lived in it, and now they're ashamed of how he got it?
Yeah, they were very happy to reap the benefits of the reputation and career he built for himself. And when the consequences hit, they suddenly get to play the ashamed parents part? Yeah. F off.
Bullshit.
No, not all parents deserve respect.
Demon King Finn Balor also said, can you imagine not just losing a friend or a family member for the first 32 years of your life, and the moment it happens, it's the person you loved and cared about the most? It's got to be tragic.
Yeah.
I don't wish that on anyone. I really don't. And let me see what else. Busy also said, Aaron said gleaming the cube. I don't know what that means. Like watching the TV, the boob tube? I don't know. Busy said...
Gleam the cube, brah.
It's on the black chin, brah. No, that's not what it means.
No.
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 Goodness.
No.
Please, no.
There better not
He's
be a
suffering
bad
enough.
coin. No.
Are you kidding me? The value of that thing is on the floor.
No.
Please don't. Bam has suffered enough. He does not even he deserves that shit.
How dare you utter those words out of your dirty mouth, Juan?
I'm spitballing. Give me a break, okay? Let me see here. Busy was saying, Tiffany, if this was true, she wouldn't have let him see his kid at all for the kid's safety. But she just met up with him last month, and just so happened he was arrested the very next day. Guys are making
God
some
damn
good
it.
points. I'd like to add, I feel the reason he's spiraling most recently is his kid not being in his life for so long. That's a good
yeah.
That's a very
He doesn't have a base of
that's a
support.
possibility.
He doesn't have a reason to be a nurturous father because, well, who is he going to be a father to?
God.
Man, this is just a depressing chain of events all around.
Well, yeah, like I said, he doesn't have his kid because, like I said, back in February of this year, his separated wife, Nikki Boyd, filed for legal separation and spousal support.
And she's got custody of the baby.
She has custody of the baby, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say baby. I'm not gonna presume the kid's age.
Or child. Let's just say child.
Child. Yeah.
Yep. She has custody of the child, and they're both living in Los Angeles County.
Oof. Hey.
There is no easy solution to this. As the previous commenter claimed quite clearly, you cannot force somebody to change. I would believe that might be the best option, but it isn't. You can't. There is nothing you can do to make somebody become better if they don't want to become better. And if he feels like he has no reason to become better, then he won't. If the only option of escape is the only one that I can let go, oh man, I don't want to be the cynical here, but I don't see any way this will end short of horrible tragedy unless he takes a very deep look inside himself and realizes that he has to somehow get out of this. The problem is, he might choose to get out of it the fast way, and that's the one that worries me. People in his position
I really don't want that to happen.
That's the part that scares me, because people in that position, pushed to that level with so few support options, are very susceptible to very dark thoughts.
Like Angel, like I'm not even kidding, man. Like if I read the next day that this did happen with Bam, like it would freaking break me.
I really hope they find him already.
Like, Busy was saying that that Bam and what's her face, Nicole, that they're not even actually married, that they were just cohabitating and stuff. So how could there be like a legal separation? I'm thinking actually it showed here that they were married apparently in 2013. Let me double check that. I want to make sure. Let me see here.
Who? Bam Margera and Nikki?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they got married in Iceland.
Yes, they got married in Iceland. I did mention this. They got married in Iceland in 2013. That's right.
Oh, they did.
They got married in 2013 and they separated in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it was in February of this year where she didn't actually file the divorce petition. That's when she filed the legal separation.
Legal separation, yeah. They're not completely divorced yet.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like you're right, Spermwell. It's like a common law marriage kind of thing, but apparently they were legally married, and they were married in a ceremony in Iceland. Oh my god. Yeah, I driving me to drink.
No, don't.
Please do not drink.
Like I know you don't get. I know you
like,
can't get drunk because of what you're taking, but still don't.
I know, but like I was saying, like God Almighty, this is fucking stressful, man. Oh,
It is.
Not even
It's genuinely sad.
And I'm
As they
stressing my
say,
ass for him.
to see the mighty fall this badly is just a sad state of affairs in general. Because, hey, let's be honest, we do not wake up in the morning and start going, boy, I wonder which celebrity that we used to look up to is going to completely fuck up their entire life and personal relationships today. Can't wait to see that shit happen. These are people that we once looked up to because they were, well, I'm not going to call them heroes, but they were champions of entertainment. Their antics didn't just amuse us, they gave us joy and a matter of escape in dark, difficult times. And to see them in such a sad, bad, like broken state, it's more than a soul can take, man. I am old and weary and working with children. There's only so much we can put up with this kind of thing. And I want him to get better. I'm just having a big amount of trouble seeing how he can possibly get better out of this.
No, I agree with you. Like, here's the thing: I will always cherish and appreciate all the work that Bam has done in the mid 2000s, and you know, the Viva La Bam DVDs that I have, I'm always going to keep them. I will never sell them, not for anything. No one can put a price on what I have because that's part of my childhood, and I'll always appreciate that. Like, he's one of the many influential figures that inspired me, that helped contribute into the person that I am today, and I'll always be appreciative of that. But yeah, dude, he really needs to get better. He really needs to, like you said, he needs to look into himself, maybe realize, oh shit, maybe I got to get serious. You know, enough with the games, enough with all the antics. Like, the games are over.
No, what's his nuts? Sperm Whale in the chat was saying Bam never really had a good plan B to pursue after he aged out of Shock TV and skateboarding. He tried to start a band, but it was too late for that at that point.
Damn.
Yeah.
That bad, huh?
No, it's it's okay. But that's really it. Like, he really could have gotten back into skateboarding without an issue, and he would have been heralded back as a conquering hero. You know what I mean? Like imagine,
really
like,
could
he
have.
just, a lot of the prankery and a lot of the tomfoolery and bullcrap that he would do came like a lot of the DNA of Jackass came from
Flows through his veins.
Came from like demo videos of skateboarders trying stunts and busting into like people's empty pools to skate to do stunts in them, and the general stuff that they would do to hang out and pass the time and shit. So all of that, like the skateboarding subculture, was baked into all this stuff. So it stands to reason that that's why Bam was going to try to reignite his skateboarding career. S. Miller in the chat. Hey up there, S. Miller. Welcome to the Black Files. He said, I read Black Flies. It just dawned on me it's Black Files. I didn't get it at first. It's okay.
Don't worry about it, but
it's okay.
Yeah,
and you're right, Jen Pearson. USA doesn't recognize marriages in other countries, which is dumb. But that's just me.
It is pretty dumb, but
some legal shenanigans.
Let me see here.
Fuck! Sorry, guys.
No,
that's the appropriate reaction given the circumstances.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. You were saying, Angel? I'm sorry.
No, Angel.
No, that is a perfectly understandable reaction given the circumstances we have to put up with. This has just been just a depressing state all around for everybody involved.
It's depressing, and I'm just being bummed out is an understatement for me.
It's true. What
I'm
says
sorry,
that
Joe.
he's,
I really wish that it didn't have to be like this for your personal hero. This is shit nobody should have to deal with.
When we're talking about like that, Jose's had this guy who was like his personal hero kind of thing. We're not kidding. It's not a joke. It's not a gimmick. Jose looked up to Bam Margera. I'm pretty sure he would get a heartogram tattoo if Jose was ever going to ever get a tattoo, but that's not his style. But that's not even the point. The point is that he really looked up to it. He really looked up to Bam. I don't blame you. And it's just painful and heartbreaking. And the only thing we can hope for is that he would get the help that he actually needs, rather than having it jumped in and like Shanghaied and piled up on him. Because when someone's in an addictive state, when they're either in withdrawal or when they're in a mania of of trying to get clean in the middle of all that process, no one's going to think straight. No one's going to do what's logical. They're not going to behave that way. Sperm Whale saying, "Don't worry, Jose, it's not over yet. He still has time to turn it around."
And I really hope so too, because I actually want to say this. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to get. I'm pretty sure this message isn't going to get out to Bam or anyone in the world of Hollywood or whatever the fuck.
Somebody clip this. Somebody clip this portion. You know what? I'm going to freaking put a thing on the marker. I want to clip this. I want to actually put this out because you're saying something, and I know you want to put this out as a message to Bam. But give me 60 seconds. So that I can actually set it up properly. Because I actually want to put this up and put this out there for people to see and to hear from you, Jose. So, 45 seconds, please.
All right, just let me know when you're ready.
Johan in the chat was doing the lyrics to Rockstar from Nickelback. Because we all just wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses, driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap.
Oh my God! I mean, yeah, that was one of the songs I listened to in the 2000s too. But yeah,
yeah.
Okay, that song does speak volumes.
Is he diagnosed with schizophrenia? Is asking Jen. We don't know. I don't think he's been diagnosed with anything properly. Let's see here. Gene Rick. Angel. Thanks. We not wake up one day and say, okay, what celebrity can we see fall today? Thank you for saying it. Says Gene Rick to you, Angel.
Hey, no problem. Somebody had to ask the questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. For Christ!
Jose, I'm marking this part right now, so you go ahead.
Should I go in front of the camera? Should I get out of here and go in front of the camera for this, or?
You know what? Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what? Sure. Come on out. I'm going to switch places with Jose. So, I don't know if you're feeling camera pretty or whatever, but you know what I'm saying.
Define camera pretty.
You know what I mean. Okay, here's Jose Casabona live and in person. Yes, he lives next door. I'll try not to take up too much time. No, go right ahead, Jose. So, the floor is yours.
Bam Margera? Hey, I'm Jose Casabona. I've been a fan of your work since the mid-2000s. And I'm still a fan to this day, man. You know, you've done a lot of crazy stuff, but you did things your way. And I love every bit of your content, bro. It's awesome. It's punk rock. And you helped. Like, you're one of the people who I looked up to growing up. And I'll always love you for that, man. But I'm also worried about you, dude. You've got, like, I'm just going to flat out say it. I'm not one to beat around the bush. I'm just going to come out and say it, man. You got to stop running, man. Please. Stop running. And just take yourself more seriously, man. Like, think about the big picture. Think about all the people that still, like, things are strained right now, but you still have loved ones who care about your well-being, man. You still have your fans. You still have people who love you no matter what, dude. Please. I'm saying this to please stop running. It really breaks my heart to see all this happen. And the only thing I can say to cap this off is that I really wish that you do eventually stop running, and I hope you get the help that you desperately need, man. Because I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like, I actually want to see you. I actually want to see what happens with Bam Margera in the next 10 years, the next 20 years, man. Okay, I want to see that, and love you very much, Bam.
Thank you, Jose. Shit. All right, that heartfelt plea from a longtime fan of Bam. That's my brother, Jose Casabona there, folks. Shoot. You still with us there, Angel? Jose, I know he's coming back in a minute.
Oh,
I'm back.
here. I
I'm
just
back.
simply didn't feel like there was anything else to say. Joe put everything in very concise terms. So I just felt like anything I could say at this point would just be superfluous. My man's got the words.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what, Jose? Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what we should do. I'm crossing every digit of God in my body. I hope and pray to God, or whatever deity governs or controls this misbegotten universe that we all happen to occupy, that Bam makes it, and that Bam's alive long enough and makes it through to actually come to Spookalla. I'll drive your ass over to Spookalla so you can meet the man.
That would be awesome, man, and I appreciate it. And I also want Angel along for the ride, too.
You know that if I can make it, I'm going to be there. I'm a sucker for a good redemption story.
That being said, I don't know where the fuck Ocala is.
Don't worry
We'll
about that.
figure it out eventually. We just got to keep driving in a straight line.
Just like they drive in Canada.
Exactly. Don't be crazy, Juan. They don't drive in Canada. They ride moose.
That's true. Have you seen how big mooses are? He could ride
Exactly.
like 4 or 5 people on a moose. It'd be
Very
insane.
fuel effective.
Yeah, see, there you go. Spermway is saying it's north of our area.
Great. We'll figure that shit out. But all we can do right now is hope for the best. And that somehow they find him and manage to get the poor man to get his shit together. Unlikely as it may seem, I genuinely want to see him come back from this.
It's true. So do I, and I wish that he does. I'm not one to wish any ill will on someone like this because, like as they said, like he's not the only one who looked up to the guy. Yeah, I enjoyed him and I thought it was fun and entertaining and shit. But Jose was the one who like was ride or die for Bam Margera. Let me see here. Sperm Whale saying if Bam does see it, then it'll be then it's best he's sees your face. You look great, Jose. Good job, Jose. People throwing hearts up. Oh, my favorite song, guys. Yes, aging myself from Gene Rick. Oh, the Rockstar thing. Someone clip it and tweet it at Bam or something. Yes, please. Busy, please. After this, I really hope you all check out That Surprise Witness because she's been investigating Bam and his old guardian Lima for over a year now. Ouch! Holy cow! Yeah,
That's something we will look into. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 2023. It's entirely possible Bam sees that and he needs to. Raves Flock hugs all around from S. Miller. It's like 2 hours north from where we live. Demon King giving laugh emojis. Road trip from Tam Tam. We appreciate that. And let me see here. Sperm Whale. Sorry, I didn't mean to dox. I'll stop those references. Don't worry. We're not bugging. We're in the Tampa Bay, Clearwater, St. Peter. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you don't publicly dox us, then we got a problem.
Specific address.
We exist somewhere in the land of Florida. You will never find us unless we want to be found.
Well, let me put it this way. For every positive influence that Bam Margera and the Jackass coterie have given us, they've also given us extremely negative influences. That being said, if anyone tries to dox the Ravens flock and reveal our addresses, our street workplaces, our stuff like that to actual dox us, you guys will be... if anyone's seen the first Jackass movie when Johnny Knoxville wanted to ride on a rocket and have it rocket launch across a lake, and the first attempt nearly blew a freaking hole on the side of the rocket and almost killed him.
That was in Jackass number 2.
Okay, Jackass 2. Thank you, Jose. It was in Jackass 2. And one of the rockets inside it blew out the side and almost killed Johnny Knoxville. Would you like to recreate that and play Johnny?
Do you remember? That's right. If you don't mess with us, we'll leave you. But if you mess with us, we will kill Johnny Knoxville.
What? No, Angel.
No, Angel. Let's not say things we can't take back.
No, Angel. What the shit?
That's right, Johnny. Watch the fuck out. I'm gonna put you in a rocket. Again.
Yeah, Sperm Whale. Yeah, no. These guys have a lot of friends. Don't dox the flock. Yeah, no, you do not dox
Yeah.
the flock.
We will randomly start killing beyond their prime TV stars.
Busy Nose Gene from Popcorn Planet. Jen Pearson, Bam can come out of this. He will need support from others who've been through it. Yeah, don't worry. I know that stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's gonna be. Here's hoping he's gonna be okay. Here's hoping.
All we can do is hope that he will be okay.
That's all we can do. Like, what are we? We're a pack of assholes in the internet. We don't know the man from Adam. If we could go trekking for him in the woods in Pennsylvania somewhere and look for him and draw him out and like give him a big friggin' hug, like, no, dude, it's okay. We'll get you a fresh pair of pants. We'll make sure to get you a belt. Just relax, and it's gonna be okay. And we'll like get him some food over at IHOP or something. You know what I mean? And no, Gene Rick, it's okay. They're not. No doxing, guys. It's a party foul. It's worse than a party foul. It's a violation. We'll have to unleash Shao Kahn on them. I don't care. I'll summon him. I don't give a damn. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap us up over here. We've ran just.
Go ahead and wrap us up.
Angel, last words, and let us know. Will you be returning this week for Los Amigos Play?
Yes. Last words wise, I think Joe already wrapped that up for me very well. Thank you for the very eloquent eulogy. On my side, yes, please feel free to tune in next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will see to once again resume playing Los Amigos Play. We are currently enduring the difficulties of Resident Evil 3 Remake. We ran through a sewer. We shot a bunch of people. We were chased down by a very insistent OnlyFans pertinence of Tier 3 subscriptions. It was very violent overall. Good times abound, horrible scares profound.
All right, that's excellent. Pretty awesome, man. I can't wait.
Angel.
We're going to kick Nemesis's ass.
Again.
Real quick, Angel, before I forget. Once we go off the air, I do need to do a call with you over here because I've got to discuss the big-ass project that we were talking about.
Yes.
Okay? And I want us to actually talk about it properly, so...
No problem. All right?
Yes, we're
I'll
teasing
see you guys in
the audience.
I'll remove myself from this call. Send me another meeting when you're done.
Yeah,
see
no problem, man. All right, I'll check you later.
Take care,
Have
dudes.
a good night, Angel. And Jose... you go ahead here. Let's get your final words in on this, and what can we expect from you tomorrow night on this week's edition of Wrestle Rewind?
All right, so final words on this. I think I pretty much said everything I needed to say about Bam Margera at this point. Anything that I need to say would just be repeating myself. But I guess I'll leave with saying this. Like, I really hope that Bam Margera does come to his senses and that he does turn himself in, because this is not a very good look on him at all in so many different ways, in more ways than one. I really am fearful for Bam Margera's life, as anyone would. Like, you don't have to be family to actually. I'm sorry, I can't finish the phrase.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be blood to feel like family, kind of thing. Is that what you mean?
Kind of. I guess. I don't know. I guess my point is that I'm hoping for the best for Bam Margera, and I'm definitely going to be. This is definitely one of the stories that we're actually going to be following here on the Ravens Flock, and I will stay committed to it. Now for tomorrow night's man, this is going to be a weird shift. Now for tomorrow night's edition for Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube and Twitch, along with my wrestling reviews of WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling, I will be covering this year's TV special of WWE NXT Spring Breakin', where the main event...
that sounds so wrong. It's such an awkward title, Spring Breakin'.
And the main event is the triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship, as the impressive Indy Hartwell defends the NXT Women's title against Roxanne Perez and against Tiffany Stratton. And that's something I will discuss tomorrow night, along with some very also a little bit of a sprinkle there. We're also going to be discussing a little bit of news that happened earlier this week on WWE's Monday Night Raw. I don't want to spoil it right now, but that's definitely going to be on the. Well, if you already know, you know, but that's definitely going to be on the table for tomorrow.
All right. I appreciate it, Jose. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna leave you to it. And so you know, over here, Nikki Bella, Bunda already knows that. He's just yanking our chain over here. You don't have to worry about that. And yes, actually, Bunda, you're not wrong. Angel left early so he can rest his foot since he's got a foot injury. So you're actually right about that. And we are actually going to be discussing what happened on Monday Night Raw. So Bunda's getting his wish just this once.
I know, right? All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for having me on the show, Juancho, and I really do appreciate it. And thank you for giving me the couple of minutes to get what I need to say off my chest. That was definitely much appreciated. All right, folks. Well, thank you for having me again. Everyone, have a great night. Be responsible of where you get your news from. Remember that at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And Bam Margera, I love you, man.
All right. Have a good night, Joe.
Have a good night, guys.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give my closing thoughts on all this. This has been a web of shit, the likes of which I had not seen or had us cover in a long, long time. That being said, there's a lot of blame to go around. There's a lot of accountability to go around. And there's a lot of responsibility that needs to be taken in this situation. Bam Margera is as much a victim of himself as he is of the circumstances that have been surrounding him in his life. There's equal amounts of accountability that he has to take, as well as accountability from the people in his life, whether they've been negative influences or if they've been extremely stringent in how they deal with him or how they're supposed to work with him through his problems. It's everything that could possibly go wrong with Bam Margera in terms of his addictions, his situations with his family, situations with his career, pretty much has gone wrong. And it's no one really deserves that. I wouldn't say that he brought it down on himself, but at the same time, he does have to take up a measure of the responsibility for his part in all of this. I'm not trying to blame the man for his addictions. God knows that's like the worst and most disgusting thing you could do. But truthfully, he really does need help in more ways than one. I would personally say he needs help away from his family, away from April and Phil and all those folks. But he also needs an element of his family in there. His latest wife, his friends who actually do want him to be healthy. There's a reason why what's her face? There's a reason why the producers of the Jackass movies were insisting on a sobriety agreement during the filming. If I'm not mistaken, Jackass number 2 and Jackass 3, or no, it was one of them, they had actually gone completely alcohol free for their things. I believe it was for Jackass 3D and Jackass Forever. Because of how much booze was an element, it was a factor to their production. And that's, like, I'm not here to demonize drinking, of course. Like, I'll take a shot of the captain if I'm feeling froggy. But, like, it wasn't good for him. Especially not after all the madness that he's gone through already. I don't wish that on anyone. He needs help. I hope that he's found alive in one piece and sane and stable enough to be able to acknowledge that he needs his help and that he receives the right kind of help. Not just throw him in a freaking detox facility with some crackpot asshole sticking the VR goggles on him to make him sober or some shit, or locking him up in jail for being a drug addict. No. He doesn't need that. That is far too extreme. He needs something nuanced. He needs something that's going to cater to his actual psychology, something that's actually going to cater to his physiological and emotional needs. And I hope to God that he gets it. And like I said, whatever mad deity is playing around with this misbegotten universe. May it be willed into reality. May Bam Margera be found alive in one piece, unharmed, relatively unharmed. I don't know if he's actually in the woods from the article, but like, I hope he's alive, I hope he's safe, and I hope he gets the help that he needs rather than what's been shoved down his throat. That being said, folks, this is clearly a story we're gonna be keeping an eye on, and keeping our ears on the ground for. And yes, we're gonna put that message from Jose out as a separate video. I'm actually putting that out right now in a few moments over here. So folks, keep your eyes on it. Once I actually have it chopped and put together just for Bam, we're gonna put that out. We're gonna put the link here. It's gonna be on our community tab on our YouTube channel. We'll also put it as an upload. I think if we can put it as an upload on our Twitch channel as well, twitch.tv/theravensflockonline. I hope so. If not, then you guys are gonna put it here. You guys are gonna see it here. We're gonna put it up on our Twitter. We're gonna put it up everywhere. And we're hoping that you folks will help spread the word. The best and easiest way to do that is to subscribe to us, to share this video, to spread it like wildfire. You can link to folks to the time code. I'll even put the time code in the description after this show's over, so that you guys can share this to Bam Margera, so you guys can share this part out, so you guys can actually see how well this goes out. And we here at the Ravens Flock, we appreciate whatever support y'all can give us. And we thank you once again for joining us on another edition of the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we grant you access to the darker side of the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between, piercing through to the heart of the matter. Be sure to request access live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell, become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, spread the word, share this video. It's free to share. It's free to subscribe. Until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/RavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/RavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of The Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock. For Jose Casabona and Angel Mendez, I am Juan Arouse. This has been The Black Files, and we are out.